You know, Kirk Cousins, like, before he came to the Falcons, was, like, really bad in primetime. Well, it's now his third team, and, like, it seems like the third time's a charm. Because, oh my God, he's been awesome in primetime so far this year. What a game. Here are the highlights.
They close this house in high style today. Good Lord.
See him get his hands on the football here early.
2nd and 10. Pass is thrown over the middle. It's caught inside the 5 and all the way to the end zone. Fake toss. Comes back the other way. Wide open. Touchdown. So Evans comes. And this one, he misses that. Atlanta gets an 11th guy back on the field in a hurry. And from 53, McLaughlin and 14. Over the middle and making the grab at the goal line. Mooney in there. Despite that, they've gotten to the playoffs. Wide open. Evans. Touchdown. And you felt it right. First down from the 29-yard line. Big hole. White. Still move left. Godwin to the right. Baker throws to the corner, and that's caught. Trying to plant that back foot. 48-yard attempt by two. Well acquainted with each other through the years. Throws, caught, big gain here. Ball is out. Evans is there, does his field goal attempt. Easy getting substitutions. To the outside, the pass is caught. Breaking the tackle into the end zone. Again for Koo to tie it. Block play right now. Irving is the back. He has it. And the ball is out. London flanked outside. Going for it. Fired over the middle. Intercepted. 52 yards. That's fired, that's caught, and that is Hodge, and Hodge is going to take it to the end zone.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the Week 5 Thursday Night Football recap. And last night, we saw an absolute thriller. Arguably one of the best Thursday Night Football games ever since Amazon got that package, of course, a couple of years ago. But in this one, the Atlanta Falcons and Tampa Bay Buccaneers went in what was actually, I think, about first place. Whatever. First place in the division. And the Falcons took this one in thrilling fashion. Of course, 36-30 was the final score. It wasn't a complete shootout, but there were a lot of points. There was a lot of yards, and it was a lot of fun, too. Of course, Falcons get over 500 for the first time in the season. Bucs lose, I guess, a heartbreaker. Of course, in overtime, good things to mention, the Bucs, of course, had a 93% chance to win this one, and obviously offensively they scored 6 points in the second half and just really the second half. So that wasn't good. And their defense, of course, got cooked. We'll get to that in a minute. And obviously, though, they will be going to I think New Orleans next week, so that's going to be a tough game for sure. The Falcons on the other side, I mean, yeah, that was a crazy win, but stay consistent. You got the Panthers next week. You can't. Well, I mean, you can kind of completely dismiss them, but don't do that because that's not good. But yeah, the great times for the Falcons. Of course, that is now their third straight, or 3 of their last 4 weeks where they've had insane finishes. Of course, all those being wins. Yeah, obviously 2 of them in primetime. First one, of course, we'll get to that in a minute. Either way, though, for Baker Mayfield, he only missed 5 throws the entire game. That Falcons secondary wasn't very good against them, to be honest with you guys. They were physical for sure, just they gave a lot of, open targets, easy completion for Baker. It wasn't exactly tested in this one. I think could have definitely done a better job under pressure, though. The Falcons actually did do a decent job with that. But Baker, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think he's, obviously leading touchdowns right now, but he's actually doing a pretty solid job overall this year. Again, I just like seeing him be a little bit more effective under pressure, and also, again, I don't know, do something in the second half maybe. That was a little bit passive-aggressive, but you get the point. Rashad White had one big run, and he only got 9.1 fantasy points. So, kind of happy I left him out, but then that means Joe Mixon's out too. It's not great for me right now in fantasy. Buggy Irving, though, almost hit 5 yards per carry. He fumbled, I think, something like that. He kind of just got restricted. But Baker, of course, had one really nice scramble to set the Bucs up in field goal range. I guess we'll talk about the Bucs' big issue after, I guess. Chris Godwin, though, 5 catches, 64 yards, led them. Mike Evans really wasn't too effective overall. I think the Falcons secondary did let him somewhat well. And he did have 2 touchdowns, though, so you could argue otherwise. Kate Allen also 3 catches, 44 yards. And Sterling Shepard, of course, got a touchdown as well. Defensively, Tyke Smith was very good, 11 tackles. He was also very good in coverage. Jamel Dean really struggled, in my opinion. Not exactly in terms of, like, anticipation, proactive sort of stuff, but it's more execution. I really don't think he did a good job when the ball was, like, again, in the air, like, again, making plays like that. Also, his tackling, again, he had 9 total tackles, I get that, but when it came down to it, and they're also all solo, to be honest, too. But making good plays in the open field was definitely something that he did well, but I just think, again, like, overall, like, he could have, like, forced a couple more incompletions there. Zion McCollum was also pretty good at 10 tackles. Levante David had an interception, of course. KJ Britt, Christian Izine did their job. Overall, though, this defense, I don't really, again, they give a lot of yardage, but that was really, again, Jordan Whitehead not being great, and the fact they don't have a guy like Antoine Winfield Jr., who is so good at, again, blanking in the defense overall, and again, these other guys not having compensated for that is a big part of it as well, and I just think the corners kind of had an off game, and as well, Todd Bowles really did struggle, again, putting these zones in the right spot. Obviously, though, with the, pressure, it was okay, I guess. 4 total sacks again from this defense, but it was kind of like all over the place. Of course, Sean Tucker had 1 nice return. Chase McLaughlin had all 3 of his field goals, of course, 53 being his longest. But I really think the reason the Bucs lost is, again, it's kind of, I think, like foreshadowing for what we saw in their what is called Week 2 win against the Lions. That offense didn't really do anything to close it out. They didn't do anything in this one either to close it out. Again, their running game kind of just fell apart toward, again, in those last couple drives where I'm like, if they just have, like, again, take the air out of football here, they're going to win this football game. They were not able to do that, and again, like Week 2, the Lions ran out of time. The Falcons obviously didn't, because, I mean, Kirk Cousins runs on his own time, and they obviously ended up losing it. I don't think it was the fact that this defense, because they stopped them multiple times, guys. Like, Bucs offensively, you guys got to be able to finish off games, because if you're not able to do that, there's going to be more games that are going to end like that. Get 93% chance to win at some points there. You got to be able to finish games off. Again, against these better teams, yeah, the Falcons aren't the best team obviously going to play this year, but they got a harder schedule coming up. If they get, again, a big play late from this defense, this offense has to finish it off. They're not able to do that, they will be losing more games, and it'll really hurt them. I really think they needed to win this one because they do have some big games coming up. But again, it's not the end of the world. They're still a very good team. Like, again, in terms of like what we've seen so far. But they got to finish off these. Again, the first 2 losses. 2 of the losses they've had so far this year, they haven't been able to finish the other team off. What is it called? But that's really the only big concern I have for the Bucs. For the Falcons, holy crap! Kirk Cousins set a franchise record of 509 yards, Jesus, and of course that's also his own personal record. Threw the ball 58 times. You don't want to see that too often. That's just not good for anybody. But 4 touchdowns, the interception in the end, like whatever. But yeah, Kirk Cousins was electric. He was dealing. He got the ball out quick. He was like putting the ball in every single spot. Like, this is probably the best game you're ever going to see out of Kirk Cousins. He was so good. He carried this team, to be honest with you guys, because this running game, there ain't much. Nothing was really happening for part of it. Yeah, they were trailing for part of it, but you saw Kirk was on, and yeah, Zach Robinson let him cook, and he indeed did. So, will I ever see this again from Kirk Cousins? Probably not, because, I mean, 509 yards is just insane. But, yeah, he cooked, guys. He cooked up, and, yeah, they got the big win, of course. No, not going to really say anything else, though, because, I mean, he kind of choked in those last couple of drives. But, yeah, of course, Kirk Cousins played phenomenal, and, yeah, they got the big win. Running game, they should have ran the ball more for sure, but, again, with what you saw from Kirk Cousins, again, it's not sustainable at all. But you're going to take what you can get with games like this, obviously. Drake London had 40 points in fantasy. I think he might have got hurt, though, but one of the best games you'll see out of him, what is called, so far in his career. Darnell Mooney had 2 touchdowns and 19 for 105 yards. He looked like his 2022 version, of course, at times there. Kyle Pitts did by far. Honestly, I think those are more yards than he's had collectively the entire year. Kiddo Hodges with a 45-yard touchdown. I did not expect him to do that. And even, hell, guys, they had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that have over 60 yards. You want to have 65 receiving yards. You want to know how you have a game of 500 plus passing yards. It's having what is it called, 5 or more guys have 65 or more yards. I think the last guy to have like 500 yards passing was what is it called, Joe Burrow back in 2021. I might be wrong about that, but he had 525. It was just like a record-setting performance in that one, similar to this game. But yeah, obviously Kirk played awesome. Defensively though, Caden Ellis had 7 tackles, J.D. Bernard had 5. Again, David Onyemata had a really good bull rush for a second. It was literally just him completely swallowing up the pocket there, but this pass rush is awful. Like, there's no way around it, guys. They did have some decent wins once in a while. Like, a guy like Matt Judon won some, but, like, not consistently enough, in my opinion. And overall, guys, for this defense, they can't really generate any sort of pass rush at all. The secondary will get put in really tough spots. As good as they are with Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates really roaming back there, there are going to be plays, again, like we saw on the boundary with that, what's called Mike Evans touchdowns, where you put a guy like A.J. Terrell covering 3 guys in one space. It's just so hard to, again, be good there. Raheem Morris needs to generate more pressure. Again, bend no break, I get. But, again, if they're not able to generate any, like, really put any pressure at all, it's putting so much on this secondary, and again, it's taxing them. When that does happen, there will be games where they just get completely boat race. Young Oku missed 2 field goals, but all his field goals were like bombs, except for one of them. I don't know. Young Oku is doing his own thing out there. And finally, for the team stats, this was one of the longer recaps. Of course, all through the year, 550 total yards though for that Falcons offense. Probably going to be their best offensive game of the year. They controlled the clock though. Again, both teams had their turnovers. But overall, guys, when it comes down to it, this game was a really good, fun one. And that Falcons O-line played very, very well. Yeah, they get 4 sacks, but they were really good overall. And that's all I got for you guys in this one. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the Week 5 Thursday Night Football recap. Again, it was just a crazy game. And yeah, there's no way around it. This game was just absolutely phenomenal. Hey, the Bucs at least ran the ball well, though, 160 yards. Both teams are pretty even overall. Again, really tough ending for the Bucs. But hey, if your offense actually figured out how to finish off games, you would have won this one for sure. But that's all I got, guys. Again, big announcement. What is it called? NFL Sunday Preview is coming out at 6:30 in the morning. So, I mean, you don't have to get up for it. I'm just putting out a lot, like 3.5 hours earlier than usual because there is a London game this week. So, I just wanted to space it out so again, you guys get at least that preview and maybe watch the rest of it again through that game. But I just wanted to put that out there because it is a pretty major game as well. But, of course, on Sunday, bit preview comes out at 6:30 instead of 10 o'clock. Just be ready for that because, again, we do have a London game. I'll have the preview for all those games on Sunday. But here was your Thursday Night Football recap. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, see you on Sunday.
Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Free leg back. At the wall. Out of here. It's out of here. Alonso in opposite field.